Okay, we're gonna go for a video update this time. I just got back from a 10-day vacation down in Texas, and there's been quite a bit happening, I guess, since I've been gone, so we'll take a look here. My yellow boot, it's got a ton of pods on it. They're all clumped into one area on the plant. I don't know how well you can see them all, but they're just jam-packed in here. But none of them seem to want to get ripe. It looks like there might be one in there that's getting there. It's a little darker, but we'll see. Those are nice looking pods though. It's got a bunch of blooms, buds on top here that are starting to put out some pods too, so I know I'll have another batch later on. And my red habanero, this put out one of my first ripe pods this year, but it hasn't done a whole lot since, other than just put out more immature pods. I think there is another ripe one on here somewhere, but it's just chock full of pods all over the place. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Nice red ripe one right there. But it's just, this is another plant that they're just packed in. And again, it's got plenty of buds and pods on top, so I'll get another batch later on out of this one. Then my first reaper, and I come back to find several ripe pods. Pretty gnarly looking pods there. Oh, I don't know how well you can see them, but these are all pretty much fully ripe. Maybe a couple days to go yet. Here's a good classic looking one with a nice stinger. It's not ripe yet though, but it will be pretty soon. Several other nice pods on there. And there's some smaller ones up higher. That's going to put out a lot more. It's doing well. I've had to restake all these plants. A couple of them were leaning over, about ready to collapse, and I got to them just in time, I think. And this is my second reaper. Some real nice looking pods. That's a big one there. See, go around here. Here's a ripe one right there. And then I've got this one going. This is a cool one here. If you can see it. See that stinger? That's a great big stinger there. So that'll be cool when that one gets ripe. But this is one that was leaning over real bad, and I've restaked it. Same with this one, my yellow pot brain strain. And you can see several ripe pods in, but this is supposed to be yellow now. These are orange. See, they're clearly orange compared to the green ones. See, there's the sun. But they're big. Those are big pods, but they're not the brain strain look. More some of these other ones, this is more like a brain strain look to it. Some of the later pods up here, here's another one that looks more like a brain strain. This younger one here. So I think that's just kind of, here's a cool one. That's pretty classic, but it's got that smoother skin, so, but it does have a nice tail on it. So I haven't tasted any of those yet. I'm kind of scared to. My elephant ear, this thing is just putting out a zillion pods. Nothing ripe yet, but I see some of these lower ones now, they're starting to get a little darker than the higher ones. You see the higher ones. These were the earlier pods, so I suppose they'll ripen first, but not near as big as what I was expecting. From what I could tell, the elephant ear were supposed to be even bigger than bell peppers, and they are sweet peppers, so I don't know, we'll let it go and see what happens. And my orange tree hab, right there in the middle, that thing's well over 5 feet tall now. It's got quite a few good-sized peppers up there near the top that, well, after I quit snipping peppers smaller peppers on it. So I don't know, I don't usually eat those, but just kind of got lazy and quit snipping them. So, but that thing's well over 5 feet now. And my Yuba tuba, this plant is really doing well this year. Ton of pods, nice big pods too, and a couple ripe ones already. This one's not near ripe, but they're nice large pods. Here's one that's starting to get ripe. Here's a ripe one. Actually, this one looks like it's getting a little past being ripe. Right there, nice pod. Several more on there. And then we'll move down to the Kumari. Finally, this thing is putting out a ton of little peppers all over it. All the way throughout, down below, up above, it finally started producing. And I was getting kind of worried there, but nothing close to being ripe, I don't think yet. They get yellow. And my Twilight. That's a train going by in the backyard. And this thing put on a ton of color since I left. It used to only have the purple, which are the immature pods, but now it's got the yellow, orange, some kind of whitish cream colored ones. No red ripe ones yet. That's the last color you'll see on these, but once I get a bunch of red ones and plenty of new ones coming in, I'll have all the color range on there, and it'll be real nice. It's a nice big plant. You can see it in the container there. So, okay, we'll go back to the Hungarian wax peppers in the back now. Okay, and here's the Hungarian wax peppers. We'll start on this side. Just a few peppers here, but some of them are pretty nice. Here's a real nice long one. Another nice one. A couple smaller ones. A couple buds. I'm thinking once I pick the bigger ones, they'll start budding out again, which I need them to do here pretty soon. I don't know what that is. Some kind of a critter, probably not good, but we'll let them alone. A couple nice pods there. I'm going to be picking several of these pods here today. This plant here grew nice and tall, and it's got several peppers, but not a lot of big ones yet. A couple I'll probably pick today. These aren't doing as good as I was hoping. This one here has probably one that I'll pick, several others on there. This one's got a couple real good ones. Nice big one there. And this plant is my biggest, doing real well. It's got 4 or 5 nice big ones, mature pods that I'll be picking. This one back here's got a couple of real nice pods. Need to pick those so I can get started on some more. And this plant, it isn't the biggest, but it's probably my best producer right here. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8, I don't know. But they're all full-sized. And this one back here has 2. He's kind of crowded out there. And then these 2 unidentified plants, I still can't figure them out. When they're young, they look like peperoncini. Kind of like that. Here's one. Looks like a peperoncini, but then as they get bigger, they look more like a banana pepper or a Hungarian wax. This one here is turning ripe, and what's kind of strange is the only time I grew peperoncini, this is about as big as they get. And then they turn red after. They stay green, a green kind of like the leaf color green, and then go kind of a brownish color to red. But these are like a lighter color, more like the Hungarian wax, and then they're going orange, and I assume that'll go red after a while. So I don't know if they're, here's another one. I don't know if they're a cross between a Peperoncini and a Hungarian wax, which I grew both of that year, so it could be, or what the deal is. And this one's pretty much the same. Now this looks more like a Peperoncini. See, this pod here is kind of what I'm talking about. It's kind of going kind of to a brownish and then straight to red. But the color of them are darker green, even the immature ones. So I don't know, we'll have to see. But a lot of change since I left 10 days ago.